Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here. I literally just finished off my last reading vlog, which was reading books I've been avoiding, and I had so much fun with that video. So I'm excited to bring you another reading vlog this week. You already know from the title, I'll be reading indie or self-published authors. And I think this is so special and near and dear to my heart because as an aspiring author myself, I love supporting these writers that have gone a different direction, an alternative direction, and who are maybe a little bit smaller and not being talked about on social media or the internet as much as some of the big writers like Rebecca Yarros, Sarah J. Maas, Emily Henry. Like, we need to support the little guys, the indie authors, because maybe one day, if I'm lucky enough, if I work hard enough, I will be one of them. At least that's the plan. With that being said, let's jump right in because I'm super pumped. You have no idea. I've already started the first book for this video, and it has been on my shelf for quite some time, and I've actually already read one of her other books. It is Honestly, I'm Totally Faking It by Amanda Gamble, and I've had this book at least months. And I've been avoiding it because I'm not super into spice. And I've heard from the reviews about certain chapters that this book can get pretty spicy. I mean, even look at the girl on the cover. She doesn't have clothes on. No, I'm joking. But that's actually why I have not picked this up and read it. Already so glad that I got over that and I picked it up because it has been so good. It is about Rach, who is an assistant to assistants, and she starts working for a guy named Press. And he is a political commentator, analyst. He runs data and different things like that. And he's running for mayor. Anyway, he's on a call for CNN doing a live interview. Through very unfortunate circumstances, she walks into his office naked. And they call this whole situation Boobgate. And because this happens, they decide to start fake dating because he wasn't sure how else to explain a naked woman in his house. And the whole story ensues from there. I just have to say, this is such a fun book. The characters, specifically Rach, is really kind of has a goofy, weird sense of humor. And I personally love that. I identify as somebody who has kind of an offbeat sense of humor. Not everybody kind of gets it. It's a little bit nerdy. And reading about a main character like that, I feel like some people could find cringe. And she does do some really embarrassing things where I got secondhand embarrassment for her. But overall, I think her character is really cute and really fun. Their dynamic is really fun. I like Press. He's a Capricorn. He's straight-laced, hard to read, data-oriented, very logical. It's a good opposites attract romance. I'm currently on page 252. You can see I'm using the weirdest bookmark. It's not even a bookmark. It's a piece of junk, to be honest. It's a piece of plastic. But I have about that much left. I just can't see anything going wrong in the back portion of this book to make me not like it. It is just a genuinely good time. And I have to say, even the smut was enjoyable to me. I don't like to read too much of it, but it's good. It's really good. And so far, it's not even it's every chapter. So I think that's why I'm okay with it. Yes, it's definitely spicier as far as descriptors go, but it's not every single chapter. When I read Elsie Silver book, it just felt like that was kind of the main point of the book. And this isn't like that. There's so much plot, there's so much emotionally happening. But yeah, there are a couple chapters where things are described in detail. And I guess that works for me more than quantity, if that makes any sense. So no need to discuss the spice in this book any further, but it is very fun. Workplace romance, opposites attract, fake dating. 2 thumbs up so far. So I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to keep reading. Honestly, I'll probably update you when I'm finished because I'm so close to being done with the book. And I'll give you my final review and we can start the next one together. Wow, you guys, I'm in full-blown cozy mode, but I had to update you. I'm currently like fighting off a sickness or something. My Oura ring has told me for a few days straight that my temperature is elevated and I am definitely feeling a bit unwell. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to tell you that. But the more important news is that I finished. Honestly, I'm totally faking it and I'm obsessed, honestly. I loved Rach and Press together. I was really nervous for the third act conflict in this book, to be so honest, because I was enjoying the trajectory of their relationship so much. Like, I cannot emphasize how much fun I was having reading this. And I was just bracing myself for it. But I have to say, I feel like Amanda spared us a little bit. It wasn't as much of a doozy as I thought it would be, and I really enjoyed how it was handled. And overall, this book just made me very happy, and I had a lot of fun reading it. How many times can I say the word fun? I had a good time. What can I say? And I gave this book 5 stars. With that being said, I think we're off to a really great start, but there is more for us to read. Okay, you guys, it is time to start the next book by an indie author. And I am going to be reading Hard Launch. And I'm afraid to pronounce her name because I fear I'm gonna just completely mess it up. I think it might be Jenny. Well, I know it's Jenny. And then I think it's Mojavarian. I don't know, that's my best attempt. If you know how to pronounce her last name, let me know. But I'm so excited to be reading this book. I've actually started it and I got a very good chunk of the way through it because I just got so sucked in. I am currently on page 190. I was trying to check what chapter it is, but the chapters aren't numbered. So I'm on page 190, so I'm literally already halfway through it, just a little bit over halfway. And this book, so you guys know, is about Nikki and Ethan. And Ethan is an underrated but growing in popularity musician, and Nikki is his manager, but they met and started working together when they were both at a really low point in their lives. And so they have become very good friends over time and just very close. And you can tell very early on when you start the book that there are totally romantic feelings there that they are just avoiding. And then Ethan starts fake dating Maya, who is a well-known actress. She has her own reasons for fake dating him, but from his side of things, it's really to help boost his popularity and give him some more attention. And so they start fake dating while Nikki and Ethan go on tour for his newest album, and we get to watch this unfold while they're traveling to different countries and different cities within the US. And it's been very fun, I have to say. Like, it's really cool to kind of get a glimpse inside a touring musician's life. And I've enjoyed just little commentaries about the different cities they've been in. I will say the one thing that utterly threw me off about this book at first is that it's written in the third person. I can't think of another contemporary adult romance that I have read that's written in the third person. So I was not sure how I was going to feel about that at all when I picked up the book, but I have to say it's very unique. It's, like I said, unlike anything I've read before in the contemporary romance space. I think that, yes, while it gives you less of the internal thoughts of the character, it's very action driven. And so I feel like the pace is moving very quickly. Like, they're always going to another city. There's always something happening. So we're missing out on obviously the internal thoughts of the characters at some points, but the story, let me tell you, is just chugging right along. But take note, this is written in the third person. I did not know that when I picked up the book. And to be so honest, I'm glad I didn't, because I might not have bought it. But I started this last night and I've been so sucked in that I'm already almost 200 pages in. So I think that is a really rave review so far. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm going to keep reading and I will update you guys as I go, but I'm loving this fun read. It's really obvious to me that either the author has been in the music industry or she's very passionate about music or something, because like the amount of music detail and just the characters feel so real because it feels known. I think that's something else worth noting too. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep reading. Those are all my thoughts for now, and I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I'm wearing another black shirt, but I promise it is a different day. And I'm super excited to check in because I finished Hard Launch. And I watched my last clip back to check in on what I had said about the book so far so that I didn't repeat myself. And I was shook by how tired and exhausted I seemed, and I was not bringing the energy or enthusiasm that I truly have for this book. I was like, wait, my excitement is not coming across. And I just need to say, I'm gonna start at the end and tell you that I cried when this book finished because it was that beautiful to me. I love this book so much. Ethan and Nikki just have my heart so fully. Their relationship was real and honest, and it felt healthy. I think out of all of the romance books that I have read, which has been a lot, I feel like this relationship felt the most realistic and the most healthy. With a lot of books I read, I'm like, I wouldn't be rooting for you in real life, but this is really entertaining to read. And with Nikki and Ethan, I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I'm like, these are two people, if they were real, I would be rooting for them. In fact, I want to be their friends. I wish they were real people so I could befriend them, because I think they are both just the coolest, funniest, entertaining people while being genuine and really real and just really good for each other. So I love that. I love seeing two people who support one another, uplift one another, meet each other where they're at, whether they're at a low point. They see each other's weaknesses and their downfalls and they support them in that, and they try to be what the other one lacks and to provide balance in each other's lives. And this relationship was just so wholesome to me. Ethan is very different than I feel like a lot of the MMCs that you read about in romance novels, especially because I've been reading a lot of romantasy lately. I feel like those men tend to be kind of rough and gruff and emotionally unavailable and all of those things. And Ethan is not your typical like macho man. And I think that's great, because I think that while it's interesting to read about a really dominant like male figure in a book, I think that, again, this just feels so real and like actually healthy and like something I would want in real life. And he still is a strong character and presence in Nikki's life. Like, there's plenty of times in the book where he's protected her or stood up from her or stood up for her. And I think that it was really cool to see his softness, but then also see him be able to be strong for Nikki and protect her and all of those things that I feel like we like to see. So all in all, if you can't tell, I gave this book 5 stars. This is definitely at the top of my favorite books I have read so far this year. I think I will think about this one for a long while, and it's truly because of that character dynamic. It's because of Ethan and Nikki. I would read a second book about these two if it came out. And in fact, I'm going to read whatever this author puts out next. Like, I'm so here for her writing style. Even though it was in the third person, which I was not sure about, I'm here for it. I still felt really connected to the characters, and I felt like I knew them, even though I wasn't hearing the internal dialogue as much. So Yes, we are here for the happy, healthy couples who are actually worth rooting for in real life. This was a good one. And I think it was really refreshing in that way to be like, yes, yes. And it wasn't boring. I think if you think about like a realistic relationship, you might be like, I don't actually want to read about that. I just want to read about some enemies to lovers saying things that you would never let them say to each other in real life. But it's not boring, I promise you. So if you love a friends to lovers trope, if you love musicians, any of those types of things, traveling, pick up this book. I think you will love it. But all in all, this video was a huge success. I found 2 of my new favorite books, 2 5-star reads. That is like, it doesn't get any better than that. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me. I already want to read more indie books. So if you have a favorite indie author that you have read before, leave them down in the comments below, whether it's an author or a specific book. I want to know, I want to read them, and genuinely I want to make this video again. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.